Hello there. Well, that's got the woke left in a tailspin. Reform UK's newest MP, Sarah Pochin, at her first Prime Minister's questions, asked Keir Starmer if he was going to follow other European states and ban the burqa. Oh, and listen to the gasps and moans from the assorted MPs in the House. So here it is.
Given the Prime Minister's desire to strengthen strategic alignment with our European neighbours, will he, in the interests of public safety, follow the lead of France, Denmark, Belgium and others and ban the burqa?
Prime Minister.
Well, there you have it. Didn't Starmer squirm? And I don't want to follow her down that route afterwards. That's what he said. He squirmed and said he didn't want to follow her down that route. So he didn't actually answer the question. Let's just watch that.
Can I welcome her to her place? But I'm not going to follow her down that line. But now she is here and safely in her place, perhaps she could tell her new party leader that his latest plan to bet £80 billion of unfunded tax cuts, with no idea how he's going to pay for it, is Liz Truss all over again. Although, considering I think she was a Conservative member when Liz Truss was leader, she probably won't.
Yeah, so there you see it. He squirmed. He didn't want to follow her down that line. So he didn't answer the question. Maybe he's too frightened to tell us all how wonderful he thinks that dress code actually is. And I wonder how many of those moaning, groaning female MPs in the other parties go around encouraging women to wear such face coverings. And I mean, they must wear them themselves, mustn't they, to understand the situation. What do you reckon about this, Richard?
Well, I mean, banning of the burqa, how awful, how incredibly racist. And yes, awful. I mean, all these terrible racist countries like France and Denmark, is it, that have been banning the burqa, saying it's for national security reasons, because you can't see what somebody's wearing or what they're hiding. I mean, totally, at the end of the day, we have to accept there are going to be some casualties to have religious tolerance and dress code tolerance in this country and across Europe. So, yes, I mean, you can't really, yes, incredibly racist of her. Move on.
Yes, of course it is. I mean, you can't possibly ban that, can you? I mean, but it's, I mean, when you look at reform, unlike Labour, reform isn't chasing the burqa vote anyway, is it? It's not exactly their demographic. Or it is at the top. So it's surprising that she even asked that question, actually. So is she going to get kicked out of Reform UK now for challenging or not? Surely she cleared the question through the hierarchy beforehand. Good question. And if she does go, if she's quickly out the door, will she go and join Ben Habib and Rupert Lowe? Now, that was, it was, though, a great question to needle the woke left, wasn't it? I mean, you heard them, the whole House, just about collectively gasping and moaning and groaning about something that does concern a lot of people in the country.
Oh, yeah, but he was very quick to give Israel a bit of a bashing today as well. Keir Starmer was, so we know where his allegiances lies. But at the end of the day, he is incredibly frightened of a certain demographic. Maybe they'll, I mean, for goodness sake, somebody might come and firebomb it. That's what we've seen. It could be that. We could, that's what could be behind it. We don't know which demographic was behind it. It could be, it could have been a couple of disgruntled people that he hadn't paid for something or other as well. But I don't know what that would be about. That's all I'm hearing, that he didn't pay for something, Mr. Starmer didn't, and all of a sudden there are these attacks on him. But I think that's rubbish, that is. It was definitely the far right. Yeah, far right.
Yes, I suppose you could... yes, there's a few comments here I can't comment on. Anyway, now let's just look. She quoted, number one, she quoted France. Now, France's 2010 law, and I'm taking this from what Google responded with as a general comment. France's 2010 law banning face coverings in public, including burqas and niqabs in France, was primarily justified by the French concept of laïcité, which emphasizes strict separation of church and state. The government argued the ban was necessary to promote women's freedom and dignity, gender equality, public safety, and to deter the practice of full-face veils. The law also aimed to uphold the principle of living together in a diverse society. So that's what the French said. How about Denmark? Denmark banned the niqab and burqa in public places along with other face coverings, primarily due to concerns about integration and public safety. The ban was intended to promote social cohesion by allowing individuals to see each other's facial expressions and to ensure that women were not being forced to wear these coverings. I mean, that would never happen in the UK, though, would it? No one would ever be forced in this wonderful country to
No,
wear such a thing.
no,
It's
no.
purely all down to choice, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, you'd swear there were these clinics where women get altered down below as well for religious reasons or cultural reasons.
No,
and
no,
all
it
that.
doesn't happen in the
No, it
UK,
doesn't happen in
definitely
Britain.
not.
No.
And, and then when you get to Belgium, Belgium banned face veils, including the burqa, in 2011 due to concerns about public safety and the concept of living together in society. The ban aimed to allow police to identify people as well as address concerns about the potential for burqas being symbols of oppression of women. Now, how those women reacted in Parliament, absolutely, they must absolutely believe 100% that these face coverings or whatever they are are not a symbol of oppression in this country. That's what they must believe.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, it seems that our progressive European partners that Starmer waxes so lyrical about has banned these things, but not the repressive, racist, far right UK.
Mm,
Bit strange, that, isn't it?
yes. I was just thinking exactly the same. You took the words out of my mouth there, Jeff. I have for some time, though. No, that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Yes, you carry on. Yes, but I, I have for some time followed a group. Well, I did on Facebook. I did for quite a while. I haven't checked recently on called My Stealthy Freedom, and it's where you have these Iranian women who take off their head coverings in public, and they can face the death penalty or
Yeah.
some pretty nasty things for doing that, and arrest, and it's very awful what goes on in Iran. But that's Iran. Iran's very different. You know, nothing like that could ever happen here. We must remember. There wasn't. I mean, for goodness sake, you'd swear that you're in the UK that there's been a coalition of Islamists and the far left, like there was in Iran. Thank goodness that hasn't happened here. Yes, because if such a thing happened here, I mean, we could end up like what happened in Iran with the 1979 revolution. Yeah, it's a good job that's not
Yeah.
happening here at all.
Yeah. Hmm. Anyway, the sort of the question I have is, how is Starmer going to convince the majority of the UK that disagrees with him that women behind face coverings is a wonderful sight to behold? Something he must agree with, I'm sure, because otherwise he wouldn't be sort of so vehemently saying that, going against someone who wants to ban them. I just, or is he just virtue signaling?
Mm, yeah. It could very well be. I mean, but then again, Labour MPs don't virtue signal. They don't virtue signal on the left, do they? It's that never
No, of
happened.
course not. Of course
No.
not. They believe totally in everything they do. Here's a comment from Jack. Everyone, if you're able, get to London tomorrow and support Tommy when he's at the court, because if Tommy gets rearrested, then we need to take to the streets. Well, I'm not saying that's what we need to do. I think the team will have got something in mind. But bear in mind, he's at the Westminster Magistrates Court, and I've looked at the court listings, and he's on at 10 o'clock in Court 3, and he's on at the same time as 5 other people in a half-hour slot. That tells me, I'm no expert in this, that this is just a plea thing. Are you guilty or not guilty? Once you've made your plea, then they say, we'll come back to you with a court date for the proper trial and a court agenda and where it's going to be. I may be wrong, but with half an hour and 6 people to be dealt with within that half hour, that's how I see it. I'm not an expert, though. So we'll see. I do know a lot of people are planning to be there, though. I've seen it all over his page on his Twitter profile, and this is what he's actually put up. If you're coming along to show support, be there from 9 a.m. Be loud, be proud, but be peaceful.
Absolutely.
So taking to the streets is not going to help, I'm afraid. But it's the peaceful bit.
Yeah, it's a very sad situation we're in, where we can't. I mean, taking to the streets, just peacefully protesting at the moment has potential risks, as we found out. We found out that back in the summer. I mean, I remember watching. There was a demonstration that you were at outside Downing Street, and would they saying just arrest that person or arrest that one over there? Just get that one, just drag them. I'm like, it was just people just standing around. There was elderly women being. This is something we've bloody forgotten. There were elderly women who were just standing around, just to say that they're not happy with this country. And they were being arrested, dragged off, very sick women. There was one woman with cancer who was just dragged off the street. And you're like, Yet there's a certain demographic who wear certain things who will not be dragged off the street. Oh, no. That's not going to happen. No.
And in a slight lightening of the mood from Collie Dog, my dog's got a face covering. It's called a Burka.
Tumbleweed.
Oh, that tumbleweed.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
Oh, dear, yes.
Nice one.
Thank you very much. Yes. Oh, someone points out that Nigel was sat next to Sarah Pochin when she made that, and he laughed. He sort of giggled because he was looking at the discomfort of everyone else there, going, ooh. Because at the end of the day, if you're against banning it, then maybe you've got to be making the case for it, and maybe wearing it into the House of Commons to show everybody.
Well, there was, as I said, there was a rumor going around saying that this was not Reform Party policy. But I then did see Reform retweeting her speech. So I thought, okay, I'm not too sure what's going on here. But I mean, if Farage was there by the side of it, and he was laughing afterwards, then maybe there is a shift taking place in Reform. I've just put a video out on my own channel, actually, on Missed the News. That's Missed the News. And yes, it is a plug, by the way. It's Jeff Lauer's channel as well. It's like, but I run it. But yes, and just about that very, very thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I don't know either.
I like that. We certainly are.
Yes. Another thing about Tommy, I did catch just before I came on, apart from that image that I showed you, the poster, I think he's putting a video up this evening at 8:00 on his channel, either on YouTube or on Twitter, but I didn't have time to read it. I think he's putting something up that might be interesting to people about his case. So I'm not sure, but we'll have to have a look at that and see whether that's the case or not.
Yeah.
I'm just looking through the.
Oh, hang on, we got a super chat. Psst. This fell out of someone's burqa when they walked past me.
That's the House of Restriorati or Restriorati. This fell out of someone's burqa when they walked past me. Shh. Thank you very much indeed for your contribution.
Thank you.
Yes. Just don't tell anyone which burqa. We'll have to give it back.
Yes. Oh, by the way, speaking of money there, Jeff, there's something which, if people are giving towards this channel, if you can join our members on this channel, which you can access it via YouTube, but on your desktop. It's some reason it's not working on iOS devices. I'm not sure about Android. There's no join button there, but the join button is there on the desktop. If you want to, you get some extra content that we put out. Jeff's put an extra bit of content in there now. Anyway, that's enough of the plug. Right, carry on, Jeff.
Yeah, a lot of people want religion kept out of politics, as said here, and just like the French, they took the step of banning face coverings, religious-based face coverings, for that very reason, because they're trying to separate state and religion. The trouble is, as I've said before, we in this country used to have a state religion. It was the Church of England. It was the church and the state were intertwined, which made a very strong connection. But as soon as when they separated it, of course, all other religions completely equal can come in and do their own thing.
All religions are equal, Jeff. All religion, it's all relative. Everything's the same. Everything's just a path to God. Yes, even if it's through unpleasant means, apparently it's a path to God.
No, it's even if you don't believe in God, that's a path to God as well.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, everyone just ends up in the same place.
Science is the path to God.
Yes, we all just end up there in this little spiritual Netherland.
AI is the path to God. Don't worry, it's all the path to God.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, there's one. Someone's said that I agree with her. That's Sarah Pochin. But how long before the chairman accuses her of something and reports her?
Yeah. Sorry, we were talking about earlier, though. I mean, the thing is, what about people wearing crosses or crucifixes or rosary beads? Now, people are not allowed to. You're not allowed to wear those into places into. People have been, lost their jobs over doing this, and the nurses have lost their jobs for wearing crosses and crucifixes. Yet, you can wear a head covering and a face covering. I mean, I can't see, mind you, I can't see somebody in a burqa treating you in an emergency ward, in hospital, in a A&E. I can't imagine that happening, but maybe it does. Maybe I'm just completely wrong there, and they just got some way of doing that.
No, I know. I just get surprised with it all, because when we had, as I say, when we had a state religion, everybody knew what that state religion was. Most people went to church, and everybody sort of just went along with it. But now we just don't. So yeah, it's just a different setup. And if one religion is equal to all the others, then the others all have to have equality, and we have to take their culture with it.
Yeah, but I can't do that. I can't do it as a Christian. I can't do it. I can't say that all religions are equal. I can't. That's like denying. Why did Christ die? For what? He didn't have to die then. Yeah. Right, Jeff.
It's very difficult for us, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. Got things to do. I've got to prepare because I've got to be outside that courthouse tomorrow.
Yes.
In support. So I shall be doing my stuff there, and hopefully it will just be a bit of a non-event, and he'll go in, come out, and everyone will be happy.
Yes.
But
fingers crossed, absolutely. And
I will just say that magistrates do have the power to remand people in custody if they so wish until the trial. I don't think that's going to happen, but they do have that power. And
let's hope that doesn't happen, because if that does happen, I mean, people are very angry. People are just incredibly, incredibly angry.
Yeah.
Thank
you, Edil Canadell. By you, mofos. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yes. Anyway, only a short vid, but hope you enjoyed it, and I'll probably be speaking to you tomorrow with the outcome of that particular. We
got a new member here, I believe.
New member. The Hashtag became a YouTube member. Thank you very much.
Yay! Another one.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thank you. Right, we're off.
Yeah, we're off, and it's great to talk to you. And I will, and it's a sort of a goodbye from me for now.
And it's goodbye from him. Goodbye.
Goodbye.